One of the biggest questions I hear all the time is, should you carry with one in the chamber? I'll be back in just a second to talk about it. Peace, AGG Nation. This is AGG, your average gun guy. And like the intro said, guys, today we're going to be discussing, should you EDC with one in the chamber? All right, let's talk about it. All right, if you guys don't know, and if you're new to the channel, again, I'm AGG. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button now, because this is going to be a great topic for you. So let's jump right on into it. So there's two rules that I want to share with you guys that I like to really use or apply when it comes to keeping one in the chamber. And you're going to hear a number of different theories. You're going to hear people say, well, AGG, man, I don't want to blow my junk off. I don't want to blow off my family jewels, right? All right, I hear you. And listen, who can argue with that? As a man out here, who can argue with that, right? Not going to argue with you. But what I can tell you is that you got to just become more proficient in knowing about the firearm. So that's one thing you hear is, again, AGG, I don't want to shoot my stuff off on accident trying to, draw or reholster. So the next argument that you hear, or the other flip side of that is I won't keep one in the chamber, but if something happens, I'll be able to chamber it very quickly. And then you'll hear people say, you know what that's like? That's like saying you're going to get in a car crash, but right before you get in that car crash, which you don't know when it's coming, you're going to go ahead and put your seatbelt on.
So,
Again, guys, don't let this be too complicated. Inside of any industry or any type of community, and this is the 2A community, this is the gun community, there can be in fighting, so to speak, or we can eat our own, so to speak, by making people feel uncomfortable. So first things first is, if you have a gun, man, round of applause to you. Hats off to you for at least having a gun. Number two, do you everyday carry that gun? Man, I hope you do, as you should. If you have a firearm, and if you don't, go get one. And once you do get one, you want to carry it every single day. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and talk about what I everyday carry and the tips that I think are very, very important if you're going to be using your firearm every day, of course, with one in the chamber, carrying around with one in the chamber. We'll talk about some important factors in just a second. But first, safety, right? Let's make sure that she's clear. So this is my EDC. This is my Glock 19 Gen 5 with the Ramjet afterburner comp on the front. Got the Olight Baller Mini on the front. I don't care what y'all say about Olight. It's good for me. Never has had any problems, not one, not at all. We got the Sealy Wolf 2 on there. All right, so let's make sure she's clear. Empty. Nothing in there. Also, guys, it's very good to do a physical check as well. Get your finger in there and make sure there's nothing in there. Especially if you guys got those like bronze barrels or those barrels that are, gold-plated barrels that kind of look similar to what a round would look like the back of a round would look like. So you don't want to, glance in there and think you got it all clear and mess around and find out that you don't, right? All right, so got everything clear. Aim in a safe direction. You don't want to shoot your dog. You don't want to shoot the neighbor. You don't want to shoot your wife or your girlfriend in the next room. And if you do, I don't want to know about it. All right. All right, so as we can see, she's clear, right? So one thing that's very important, if you guys are going to everyday carry with one in the chamber, again, you want to go out there and get practice. You want to go out there and put at least 500 to 1,000 rounds downrange in your gun, so that you can know how it operates. You can see what type of issues does it have or doesn't it have, and know how to address those. That, to me, is one of the main factors that's going to be crucial in you deciding to carry with one in the chamber. Is first knowing how your firearm works, understanding the parts, understanding how it works. you want, you know, you don't have to be a gunsmith or, you know, a gun expert or anything like that, but you definitely want to understand the basics of the tool that you're carrying every day, putting your life in its hands. Actually, it's in your hands, right? So, hey, whatever. All right, but anyways, guys, the tool that you use every day to you know, defend you and your family and your loved ones, you definitely want to make sure that you know how it operates so that you feel comfortable carrying it. So, again, 500 to 1,000 rounds. Get comfortable with the gun. Make sure you understand how the trigger pulls. You know, dry fire. Shoot, get some rounds, again, downrange. Do everything that you can to familiarize yourself with that gun and know that you've got a safe firearm. Understand how striker fire pistols work. Understand that there's not a mechanism in here that if you hit it, you drop it, it's going to go off. It's not designed to do that, guys. That's not how it's designed to work. I know you hear stories out there, or you've heard stories about SIGs going off, and I saw the stories too. You know, shot a cop on his leg. I've seen all kinds of different stories about negligent discharges, and there's mechanical failures, and then there's negligent discharges. And the mechanical failure is something that we can't predict, something that we can only try to help prevent through maintenance and understanding our firearm. But the negligent discharge is something that you can prevent as well, and that's all on you, man. That's not the firearms, not the manufacturer. That's all on you. You and you. No one else to blame but you. So if you don't want to be one of those negligent failure cases or negligent discharge cases out here or stories, make sure that you understand how your firearm works. I'm going to go over a couple of good tips here in just a quick second, but that was number one. I think number one is get comfortable with your gun. Know how it operates. That's going to help go a long way with you feeling comfortable with having one in the chamber. And there's nothing wrong with you carrying your gun around for a few months, without it being chambered. 6 months, however long it takes for you to feel comfortable with it. Make sure you do what it takes for you to feel comfortable with it. So don't let anybody pressure you or rush you, into anything, and that's that. So once you got that down, you've got at least 500 to 1,000 rounds downrange. You want to make sure that you have you a solid holster. Now, the holster that I use for my EDC is a Tier 1. It's a Tier 1 Axis holster. This is a holster I've had now for a couple of years. Super solid. I've got the OT clips on there so it can clip to sweats or my shorts or, joggers or whatever. Or, or to my pants if I'm, wearing something that's got a belt. But one of the main things that you want to have with a good holster is you want to make sure that holster is sturdy, is made of good material, and that it's not going to allow for your pistol to fall out or to rise out, or say you fall over, it can slide out. So here's mine right here. Let me get my head out the way. Tier 1 Axis holster. So this is what I mean here. Let's go ahead and holster it. Holstering it is super duper important. Since I've got this off, guys, and I don't have pants that I can put this on right now. I've got on pants. I got on pants. So calm down. But I don't have anything that I could holster this to. I've got some pants that I just some sweatpants here. So what you want to do, guys, is stop rushing the reholster. I see a lot of people out there, they pull out their gun, they want to go it all fast, then ram it back in there all hard, and while it's right here in the front of their junk. And I'm telling you guys, that's going to probably be the quickest way for a negligent discharge. All right, it's easy for something to get caught up in there, some clothes, a string from your pants or shorts or whatever it is. Any type of debris or something could be up in there. You also want to make sure that your holster doesn't allow for your finger to or anything to get on the trigger while it's holstered. As you can see, my trigger is right here. I can't get my finger up in there. I would have to go through a lot to really get my finger up in there. It definitely doesn't fit up in there. Great sign. Another great sign is the retention. Look at this retention, guys. Look at this. I'm shaking. All right. It's not coming out of there. That's what you want. You want you a holster that's gonna hold your firearm. Listen to this, listen to it. You hear it sort of clicks in there. It's an audible click. Very important, very, very important. So number one, get you a firearm that you can get comfortable with. Put 500 to 1,000 rounds downrange, whatever you're gonna do to get your practice in, but make sure you get that practice in. Don't skip that step. Again, this is how you become one of those negligent discharge people out there. Number two is get you a good holster that can hold your gun. It doesn't allow for debris to get into the trigger area here. And make sure that, again, it's something that is made of good material. Don't cut corners with your holster. I see a lot of people out there with like, $10 or $15 holsters, and listen, guys, again, this is your life. This is your family jewels on the line. So make sure that you're doing whatever you can to go out there and be safe and be protected. Don't make this complicated. Again, like I said, there could be a lot of infighting or where we eat our own in this community, and this is the two-way community. And, for the most part, everyone helps each other out in this community. I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't want to help perpetuate any type of negative images about our industry, because I love it, man, and everyone is pretty supportive. But one thing that I do, again, see is that sometimes you can discourage people from being in our industry. So if someone is wanting to get a gun, man, applaud them for that. Pat them on the back. If they have a gun, again, give them a hand. And if they everyday carry, give them an even bigger hand. Don't try to, clown them or make them feel stupid. Man, why you got all that tech gear? Why you keep... Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We want as many people in this industry as possible, here in America especially, arming themselves, going out practicing, being prepared to defend themselves and their families. All right, so that's it, guys. Should you carry with one in the chamber? My ultimate answer is yes. However, make sure before you do so that you get good practice with your gun, get comfortable with it, get you a good holster. All right, guys, that's it. Share this video with your loved ones. Get this message out to anyone that you think it could help. And remember, guys, stay safe, stay training, and stay free. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. This is AGG, your average gun guy. I'll see you next time.